Good afternoon, it's Roger Gilbert here. I'm in Jakarta attending the Indo Livestock event this year, and I'm on the Leiber stand. Leiber produces yeast products for the feed industry, and I'm talking to Nikolaus Jungbluth. He's the business unit director, animal nutrition for the company, and he's going to tell us, first of all, a little bit about the company and its products. Nikolaus?
Hello, Roger. Good afternoon. So, I'm Nikolaus Jungbluth, heading the animal nutrition department of Leiber from Germany, where Leiber is one of the leading companies in processing and producing yeast and yeast-derived products for the food, feed, and fermentation industry in Leiber, in Germany and all over the world. And personally, I'm responsible for the feed department, serving in a B2B manner all feed industry all over the world, also here in Southeast Asia.
Given this all worldwide, how important is Southeast Asia in terms of product sales?
Southeast Asia for us is one of our strategic markets at all, so it's one of the most important markets where we are now quite active since the last 10 years.
And with that in mind, how have you found registering your products or moving products into the region? Is it being quite straightforward?
Yeah, you're touching a very good point because, let's say, this legislation for registering products in all the different countries in Southeast Asia is really a challenging topic for us, especially being a small or medium-sized company which do not have a dedicated regulatory affairs department. So for us it's really challenging to get our products registered in all the different countries, due to sometimes we feel a little bit disconnected regulations from the market.
Well, Nikolaus, is there room for some sort of synergy between countries, Asian countries or wider?
There is definitely some sort of synergy. For example, if we look to Vietnam, for example, and the neighborhood countries, or if we look to Malaysia and Thailand, or here with Indonesia in that region, there is all, from my point of view, definitely the opportunity to streamline the registration, especially, for example, for all these countries, mainly because they have more or less, from our point of view, the same task, especially when we are talking about food and feed hygiene.
And that sort of points to the fact that these are registered in North America, in Europe, and in other demanding markets. So why shouldn't there be sort of synergy with those regions as well on regulations?
We would be more than happy if this could come into reality, but from my history, I'm coming from the pharmaceutical business. There you also see that each region in the world has at least its special requirements, and I guess also, especially when we look to the climate conditions here in Southeast Asia, you cannot compare this to the climate conditions in Europe or North America. So therefore, I think it would be worthwhile to have, let's say, special registration processes in here. But if the countries in Southeast Asia would manage to have at least one centralized registration process, this would be of great help for the whole industry.
And just finally, is lack of registration hindering the development of feed quality or feed safety? Do you think if the registration was more freely, not available, but you could get registration more quickly, that there would be efficiencies for the feed manufacturers in these countries?
To my personal opinion, I would clearly say yes. Because what we see, how long the registration lasts, or even if we get it or fail it, this will at least harm the whole business. Because when you compare the feed hygiene, for example, in Southeast Asia compared to other regions in the world, you see clearly, even taking into account that there was a huge step forward during the past 10 years, but they're still lagging behind with this topic, definitely compared to other regions in the world. And if the registration process would be much smoother and quicker, then we can also support better the local feed industry on that topic.
Nikolaus, fascinating interview, fascinating subject. Thank you very much for your time today, and good luck with the rest of the show.
Thank you very much. Also, good luck to you. Thanks.